short. It's gonna be like a short episode, but like
Oh,
the
okay.
world needs to know about this one. This one is wild, guys. We're supposed to be recording about these two episodes, but I really want to put this out there to the universe because of what I didn't even finish reading it, but I know it's terrible. It's terrible. Ambu sends me this "Am I the asshole" story today because we try and plan and coordinate and everything, and at first it was pretty wild. It was like it was weird. Something was weird about it. So
Hmm.
let me just get started with it. Okay, hold on. So I, 26-year-old female, have been with my now ex boyfriend Eric, who's 28, male, for 2 years. Overall, we've had a good relationship. Nothing crazy until last night when things completely fell apart. We were out at a bar with some of his friends, just having a normal night. Drinks, food, the usual.
Hmm.
Eric and his friends and his friend Mark, who's 28, male, were joking around, and Eric made a comment about how much Mark was eating. Something like, "Careful, Mark, you'll eat the whole damn bar." It seemed harmless at first, just a typical guy humor, right? Something that Ambu and I would be probably joking about. But then Mark looked right at me and said, "If only she knew." Right? So it was one of those moments where you instantly feel uncomfortable, like there's something going on behind your back. I had no idea what Mark was talking about, and the whole vibe at the table shifted. But before I could even react, Eric exploded. He went off on Mark, screaming at him to shut the F up, and even tried to get physical. His other friends had to hold him back. Mark didn't really react, which only made Eric angrier. The whole thing was awkward as hell, and we ended up leaving early. When we got back to my place, I couldn't stop thinking about that comment, so I just asked Eric, "What the hell did Mark mean by 'if only she knew'? What don't I know?" Right? And instead of just answering me like a normal person, Eric loses it again. He starts yelling at me, telling me that to drop it and to stop being paranoid. Um, he was dodging every question, getting more pissed off every time she brought it up. She wasn't even trying to pick a fight. She just wanted to know what was going on. And rightfully so, right? It's kind of weird. It felt like there was something important being hidden from her, and it wasn't about if she wasn't really about to let it go. But every time she asked, he just got more and more defensive and angry. Finally, he stormed out of the apartment. He doesn't live with her, thankfully. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So she locked the door and called it a night. She didn't hear from him until the next morning, and then when she did, it was just more angry texts telling her to just drop it and leave it alone. At that point, she was basically done. She wasn't gonna sit around and just let like be treated that way, and she's just basically trying to ask simple questions. I mean, it's legitimately there's nothing wrong with asking like what's going on. It was kind of weird, and the reaction, it makes you want to ask.
Seriously, I
So
mean,
yeah,
inconspicuous to saying if only she knew, and that's so vague and ominous. It's like I would ask the same question. What do I not know?
yeah,
What is the hint at that? And obviously, the way that he reacted is gonna set off like klaxon bells to
obviously,
make you want to
yeah.
go. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
Ah,
it's weird. It's weird, right? So
yeah, it's
now
so out of
what did
pocket.
so she texted him back saying we're done. I need space, and if he can't be honest with me, then I don't want any part of the relationship. And the story. Now here's where it gets worse. He's been going around to our mutual friends telling them that I left him for no reason and
What
trying
the
to make it
fuck?
seem like I'm the one who overreacted. Some of them have even reached out to me saying I should have just let it go and that I'm blowing things out of proportion. I told him to mind their own effing business, and I don't care what they think. None of them were in the moment. None of them saw how he acted. None of them, have lived with the pit in their stomach that she's had since the whole weird comment from Mark. I'm not about to stay in a relationship where I feel like something shady is going on my behind my back. If Eric can't be straight with me after 2 years together, then what's the point, right?
Yeah.
So Reddit, am I the asshole for leaving him over this? Okay, before
No.
even reading on the update,
Yeah.
first off, this woman saw this man overreact over something very, very simple. It's very weird. Like,
Yeah.
what would make you not want to just elaborate? Like, if it's just jokes between guys, like, what's the issue? Like, I don't understand, right? Like,
Yeah. It sounds like simple ribbing back and forth between two dudes, and if they're best friends, I would feel like that's a normal, healthy back and forth. And for him to react so viscerally to her asking that, and then him telling everybody that she's overreacting to him overreacting to a very simple question is so weird. Uncharacteristically weird. We don't know anything about him other
and
than this incident, but
and violently too. Like, he
yeah.
got really violent, over something so simple and silly. Like, I don't understand, right?
Yeah.
Um, so Ambu, I don't want to read the update.
Oh god, you want me to read the update? Hold on, let me.
You read the update. I don't want to read the update. It
Sorry
started
everybody.
off terrible, which prompted me to be like, dude, we need to record this. This is terrible.
So
This is
I was
horrible. This is probably some of the weirdest things I've read in the internet. And I am in the early days. I'm from the early days of the internet, and this one, it's pretty up there with
you
those
know,
times.
I'm trying to react as if like I haven't read this yet, but let me tell you that
I don't
reading
even think you
this
need.
as it
Yeah.
goes further, trigger warning for a lot of people, by the way, because there's some gross, abusive, disgusting behavior. And for anybody who doesn't want to, I'm just gonna say for uh,
Ugh.
coercion, for um, taking advantage of someone, manipulation, sexual manipulation, by the way, and forcing, I'm gonna guess, is a kink on someone. It and also unaliving yourself or deleting yourself from existence. You
Yeah.
shouldn't listen any further. Flat out.
Stop
I just want
listening
to
to this
warn you
episode
that.
straight up. Yeah.
Yeah, just listen to this, call it a day, agree with us and say what the fuck, she's not an asshole. That's it. You
Yeah,
don't need
she
to
has
hear
the
anything
right to
else.
break up with a dude because she
Yeah.
wants to. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
everybody has the right to break up with whoever they want. If even if they get an ick, right? You're not happy.
Hmm.
You're not happy. Move on, dude. It's cool. No
Yeah.
big deal. With that said, also, Ambu touched on the. This is not a kink shame either. By the way, I
Yeah.
feel like as long as people disclose things to each other, there shouldn't be an issue if that's what you're into. But what he's about to read, Jesus Christ in heaven.
Yeah. So I
Ay,
want
Dios
to
mío.
agree, share the sentiment with Silver. There is no kink shaming. We're just saying that you cannot force your kink on someone without a discussion.
Yeah,
Kinks have
yeah.
to have to be consensual. The partner has to know what's going on. You can't just throw it on
Especially
somebody.
this.
Yeah,
Especially this. Right here, right
because
now.
with what happens next
Dear
is
God.
a yeah. So update on the same post. Um, I feel like I'm living some kind of twisted nightmare, and the more I try to make sense of it, the worse it gets. Mark called me today while I was at work. I didn't expect him to call me because he was ignoring me. I stepped outside to take the call, and he told me something that I will never in a million years could have prepared for. All right, forgive me, everybody. This is gonna be super hard to work through, so bear with me because this broke my heart to read this the first time,
I couldn't
and
even read it. I was having dinner.
um, he told me that Eric had been putting other men's stuff in my food,
Semen.
drinks.
I'll say it.
Yeah,
Semen.
fine. Skincare,
Man
shampoo,
juice.
conditioner, and even let's go with man
Baby
juice.
better.
Man juice. There we go. And even my toothpaste. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being dramatic. That's what Mark said. Eric has apparently been hooking up with random men, having them finish into cups, and then using it in my meals and drinks like it's some kind of sick joke. Even as I write this and even as I read this, I'm still in complete disbelief. Who does that to someone? Like, who does do that to someone? That is. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna power through. We're just gonna get through this first update, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll get to the second update, which is really the big trigger warning part. But like, give it a second. Mark said he found out about this a week ago, but for some reason it took him that long to tell me. First of all, Mark, you're not a friend. I'm sorry. If you'd found out about this, this should have been ASAP. You should have done something about it. Like, you are. I know you feel guilty about it, but I don't think
you're
you
also
deserve.
a terrible human being.
Yeah, like flat out. Once you found out about this, you should have let her know because she needed to know. Because goodness knows how long this had been going on. Goodness knows what he had been doing. What else Eric has been doing to her. If you cared, you would have said something. I mean, like, I know it's hard to say things to people sometimes, and it's hard to know to butt into people's relationships, but I feel like this is where one of those lines are. You have a responsibility to tell somebody. So Mark said he found out about this a week ago, but for some reason it took him that long to tell me. A week. I've been living my life completely oblivious, trusting Eric, someone I loved, while this was happening behind my back. I feel so betrayed, so disgusted, and so violated. I agree with you. I am so sorry you're going through this. I feel so betrayed, so disgusted. Or when I asked Mark if he and Eric were having an affair or this was some sort of twisted thing between them, he swore they weren't. I don't even know anymore, honestly. And he even made a gross comment about not wanting to touch Eric because who knows what diseases he had. You know, honestly, can I just. Sorry, I'm going to break out of the reading for a moment and say that also scares me for someone to say that. For someone saying something like, little does she know what little does she know, whatever he said the first time. This dude likes to drop fucking vague books like it's no other, or vague statements, and it's scary what he tries to hint at without being direct about it. It's disgusting. Oh, I
I mean,
like.
because this is all she knows. Mark probably knows way more things that Eric was doing, way more disgusting things. If he's saying things like, I don't know what sort of weird diseases he might have.
Yeah,
The lady had been literally brushing her teeth. Oh, God, man.
shampooing, swallow eating, drinking, everything, dude. This is. And then for you to now again play Mr. Vague statements again, by the way, to
Oh my
whatever you're
God.
like
This is
hinting at.
wild. This is
The,
wild.
like, Mark and Eric are both shitty people. I'm like,
This is
that's
wild,
fuck.
bro.
Um
Wild.
so who knows what diseases he has? That made my stomach turn. I'm getting tested for everything now because I don't know what's been in my body. When I got home, I went straight to the kitchen. Mark told me to check under the sink, and there they were, the cups hidden behind the cleaning supplies.
Ah!
I lost my
Ugh.
shit. I threw out everything in the kitchen and bathroom, even stuff I knew wasn't touched. I don't care. Everything feels contaminated now. My home doesn't feel like a safe space anymore. Every time I walk into the kitchen, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I can't even function without
Dude,
my
so
mind
she
going to.
saw. Hold on. So she saw the canisters of the scene
She
of.
saw the cups, dude. She found the cups because Mark. This. Why does this why does this make me feel like he's known for longer? You know, I know it doesn't matter
Oh,
him
he's
knowing
known
this.
for longer. He's definitely
Yeah.
known for longer, man.
Oh my
He's known for longer, dude. He has definitely known longer. You know, man.
like
Wow.
this comes off like, you know how we talked about last time, like about VTuber apologies and like how it's, I'm not sorry for getting for like what I did, I'm sorry for getting caught. This is Mark's I'm
Yeah.
sorry for getting
Right.
caught. And now I'm just gonna throw everything out to try to like appease my guilt and hope you forgive me, which he should not be forgiven. This
No,
is
this he's an
terrible.
accomplice to this is a crime, man. This is assault. It's a straight up
100%.
assault.
It is sexual assault.
Oh
It's
man, my stomach
100%.
is like turning.
This is not
Ugh.
consensual. This is sexual predatory behavior, sexual assault. He has forced her into things that she didn't have any knowledge of at all. Like I he should be like put in prison. Him and Eric should be
Both
put
of
in
them,
prison.
both of them,
100%.
and whoever the Eric's sexual partners were as well, because they knew they were doing it. You know,
Yeah.
so those
Uh,
other people that he also slept with, they should also go. 'Cause who's okay with that, dude? Who is okay
no,
with that?
dude.
You know, like
Yeah.
who's like, oh, you know what, we will be hot. Like if you also, all over like my
Yeah.
girlfriend's toothbrushes, dude.
Yeah,
What,
dude.
man? That's your person, dude. Like
Yeah.
what?
And also to all of Mark's partners, I hope y'all or Eric's partners, I hope y'all get tested because who knows what the hell he was doing. And
Yeah.
like, um, I'm gonna use another story as by the way, another trigger warning because this is a very triggering episode. So people, if you've gotten this far and you feel like you don't want to hear anything else, I
Stop.
have to warn you 100%. Please protect your mental health.
Check
Stop.
out our other
Yeah,
episodes.
please. Like, do yourself a favor. I don't want you to get hurt. I really want you to take care of your mental well being. If this is hitting too close to home, I care too much about you all for you to continue listening. But this reminds me of the case where this woman in Europe who her husband had been drugging her and letting men do stuff to her.
What?
You didn't know about this?
What?
Okay, I'll have to send you the information about this
No, we're
later.
gonna have to
But
talk about that
but
later.
there is a
Oh
court
my
case going on right now where
god. No,
60
Ambu,
something men are
no.
being put into jail right now because of this.
One of these kind of stories a day, my man. My
Sorry.
psyche cannot handle my I am losing faith in humanity. What
Sorry.
is
let's
what
All right,
the
let's
frick, man?
let's just power through this because this is like more than enough then.
I thought
So
I was an
now,
indecent asshole, but man, these people are putting me to shame. Swear to
dude, there are
God.
some really heartless people in this world and fuck all of them, and I hope people like
Lord.
that get castrated.
Lord.
So she says she feels she can't even function without her mind going dark.
Yeah,
I'm
no
just gonna cut
kidding.
through this. Sorry, dude. I don't know if I can read this word for word. I'm just
Well,
gonna try to.
I can do it if you want me to.
No, no, no.
Where
I'll
did you
get.
leave off?
No, no, no. I'll do it. It's fine. I'll power through it. Let's just do it.
No, 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 no,
Uh,
no. I don't want you to. Never mind. Let's skip it through. It's fine. If you don't feel comfortable, we don't have to
No,
do
no,
it.
no. Here. So she says this. I don't have any solid proof of this. It's just Mark's word and those disgusting cups, and I feel so powerless. If nothing can be done about this, I honestly don't even know what I'm going to do. How is this even legal? How can someone get away with something so vile? I don't know if I'll ever be able to trust anyone again. The whole thing has been messing with my head in ways I can't even explain. I feel dirty. I feel like I've been violated on such a deep level, and there's nothing I can do to undo it. My mom wants me to check into a hospital just to make sure I'm okay mentally, and honestly,
Yeah,
going to do it. I don't feel
yeah.
stable right now. I don't feel like myself. I'm scared I might hurt myself or someone else. And Eric,
Jesus, man.
oh, Eric was eating the same food. He was eating the
So
same
he
that
knew, and he was eating it.
he, dude.
What
He
a
was eating.
bastard! What a bastard!
Oh, what? And so she goes, "Was it a
What a
kink? I
bastard!
know, dude. A power trip? I don't even know anymore. All I know is the man I thought I knew. The man I love is a complete stranger to me. I can't believe I've been living with someone capable of something so vile. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I don't know how I'm going to come back from this. How can he do this to me? I'm genuinely losing it. If I'm a danger to myself. I won't be on. I'm going to check myself into the hospital. There's one more update, but let's just take a moment because uh, this goes into some very dark territory. Um, this is one of those things I feel like not a lot of people can ever come back from.
No, man, this
That
is
breaks my
wild.
heart.
This is wild. The I was reading some of the comments, and at least some people are telling her to go to the police. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
like
100%.
I hope she. I hope the update tells us that she went to the police, man, because this is assault. This is like so many different forms of assault, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, just it looks like it really warped her entire world, man. Like it's
Dude.
not just anything. Like she is not okay. She is
No,
not
dude.
okay.
I don't even know how much. I mean, I'm not trying to undercut therapy when I say this, but I don't know how much therapy can be done to help this. I mean, you trusted
It's
someone that
so
you loved.
intrusive.
Yeah. Like, I don't imagine she could ever eat somebody else's cooking again. I don't know if she can really
Yeah,
trust, like,
yeah, yeah.
someone, like,
Unless she
giving her a
makes it.
drink. Yeah, or, like, buying her own products and, like, opening them in stores just to double check. Like, I can't imagine the mental hoops she will have to go through just to function as a normal human being. And that's the part that breaks my heart, is knowing she can't. I don't know how normal she could ever feel again, dude. Um,
I mean, how could you? I mean, it's like the most abnormal thing that I have ever read,
yeah.
dude. Like, this is wild. I mean, I've known of somewhat kinks like this, but like people were consenting adults.
Mm-hmm.
Consent. This is like an invasion. This is like intrusive. This is so many forms of mental, physical violations, man, that are happening here. Like, dude, shampoo,
Yeah, man.
toothpaste, food, toothbrushes, like if and who knows what else. We don't know. The reality is that we don't know how much more.
And
We
dude, not
really
to
don't know, and
mention,
what else. We don't know what else. We don't
and
know
not
what
to
other
men-
bodily fluids would have been involved in this, or other body parts.
yeah.
Like this
Um,
poor person, man. This poor
and
person.
and with the diseases part too, dude, I don't know, because the one thing
Yeah,
that is also true is sexually transmitted diseases, STIs,
it's a
STDs.
thing. It's a
Yeah.
thing.
Well, here we go. Um,
I
again,
can read it if
no,
you.
no,
I
no.
can do
Just
the other update.
I got it. I got it. Trigger warning though.
Okay.
Again, one more time. Um, unaliving discussions. Again, like there's a lot. So just please stop listening
Yeah.
here. I'm
I
gonna
genuinely have
reiterate that.
not read this part, so I'm about to get thrown off myself right now. I
Yeah. So if you've tried to stomach yourself through this so far, this is not worth it. This update is not worth it. Leave at that last one because this is a really hard one to stomach. It's gonna be hard.
Here we
Here we
go.
go. New update, same post 5 months later. After everything happened, I completely broke down. I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping. I barely even felt like a person anymore. My mom was terrified and she practically forced me to go to the hospital. And I tried to put it off for a couple days and I got worse. And she was scared I was going to do something to myself. And honestly, I don't blame her. I wasn't okay. I was so far from okay. I felt like my entire world had been flipped upside down. I couldn't even think straight. I just kept replaying everything in my head over and over again, trying to make sense of it, but nothing about this makes sense. Nothing. I ended up staying in the hospital for a week. The doctors were kind and they did their best to help me, but there was only so much they could do. I mean, they couldn't erase what happened. They couldn't make it not real. And at some point, I just felt like I was wasting space. I knew there were other people who needed that bed more than I did. People who were physically hurt, people who could actually be helped. And it just kills me that she feels this way because she still needs it. That doesn't change. And I don't, and it just sucks that she feels guilty about this, like as if she doesn't matter in this situation. And um anyway, help people, because what happened to me, there's no fixing that. No amount of therapy, no amount of medication, no amount of time is ever going to undo it. I know that now. So I left. I'm back at my parents' house now, staying in my old childhood bedroom. It feels so strange, like I've stepped back in time. Like I'm a teenager again, except I'm not. I'm an adult, and my entire life has just exploded in front of me, and I don't even know how to pick up the pieces. My cousin is here too, staying in the guest room, and honestly, I don't know what I'd do without her. She's basically my sister, and she hasn't left my side since I got here. I know she's worried about me, even though she tries not to show it, and I don't blame her. I'm worried about me too. The police actually took things seriously. Thank fuck for that part. I was scared they wouldn't, that they would laugh at me or tell me I was crazy, but they didn't. I could see it on their faces that they believed me. They went to Mark's house to get his full story since he had blocked me the day after everything went down. That hurt more than I thought it would. I thought he was my friend. I thought he cared about me. But the second things got hard, he ran. But now I know the truth, and I finally had the full story. That night, when Mark and Eric were drinking together, Mark went to change the music on Eric's phone. While he was doing this, a message popped up from Lewis. Yes, one of the friends that told me I was overreacting. I guess did I skip a part? No, that was early in the
No,
first
no,
one.
no.
The
Yeah.
message said, "Good night, I love you," with a heart emoji.
What?
Mark, yeah. Mark thought it was weird. Lewis and Eric weren't that close, so he scrolled through the notifications and saw a bunch from Grinder. At, f- at first, he thought maybe it was just a joke. Apparently, Eric used to go on Grinder as a joke back when they were younger and having sleepovers. But the more he scrolled, the worse it got. There were
Oh
so
my
many
god.
messages. Mark said his stomach dropped. He felt sick, and he never suspected that Eric was actually gay. He never even considered it, but in that moment, everything started to click. And then he realized something else. He had trusted Eric. He realized something else. He had trusted Eric. He had changed in front of him, slept next to him, shared things with him, and suddenly he felt violated.
Mark, we don't feel bad for you, man. Mark, no, man. I'm sorry. No. No, Mark. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, Mark. No. No, Mark. No. Sorry, Mark. No. No, Mark. No. You get no, sir. You do not. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No,
Boo
senor.
fucking who, dude? Boo
No,
fucking who?
bro.
Cry me a
No.
fucking river.
You
You're an
get
accomplice, dude.
no. Yeah, he is an accomplice, and I am surprised the police did not arrest you as well, Mark. I am so
Yeah.
surprised, man.
Yeah. So after he felt violated, he confronted him, and that's when Eric broke down. He started crying, begging Mark not to tell me. He told him everything, every disgusting detail. Mark said he just stood there, frozen, unable to move. He didn't know what to do. He told Eric to calm down and go to bed. Eric passed out drunk, and the next morning, neither of them spoke about it. But then that night at the bar, when Eric made that comment about food, knowing that Mark had struggled with body image issues his whole life, that was it. That was the breaking point. Uh oh.
My camera
Silver,
just died. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
here.
there
There it
you are.
is.
Uh,
All right.
that was the breaking
Weird.
point. That's why Mark reacted the way he did. That's why he snapped. And now for Eric. I don't even know how to say this, so I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Fill in the blanks. So,
But it doesn't line up though because like he says he found out and then the next day in the bar, but then he said he knew for a week. I
yeah,
don't
it's
that
inconsistent,
doesn't
dude.
line up. That's what I'm
And then
like, Mark, I have no pity for you, Mark. I
yeah,
know that yeah, maybe he did feel like he didn't know his friend. Like who is this person? But if he also like thought highly of the girlfriend of this girl, I would have I mean, I love you, bro, but if I find out something like that, I would be calling Janine next day or if
dude,
not
I'm not
immediately,
I'm not
you
gonna lie to
know?
you. If you didn't do that for her, I would be right now. I would be very pissed because
Like I
you got to
would
hold me accountable,
dude,
dude.
and I would want you to tell Moose, but like yeah, man,
Yeah,
like that but that's weird. Like a week,
yeah.
man, come on.
Well,
Like
and
I know it's a shock, but like you got to tell the person involved who's like a victim.
yeah,
You're not even a
and
victim at this. You're just like finding out something
I
surprising
mean,
that you didn't think you knew about your friend. She's genuinely being assaulted.
bro, seriously, he didn't touch Mark. He didn't do anything to Mark. I get that Mark feels violated, but dude, she got violated. She was like assaulted. And then for you to say you like somehow you reached a breaking point in a day, by the way, and then your story before was in a week. you that if that's so inconsistent, you had to have known longer than that. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I believe him saying that it was a joke that he would go on Grinder. I feel like Mark knew to a degree. He had to have known.
Yeah. He
I
knew.
don't.
You
I don't.
know. You know your
Yeah.
friends. You know your guys. Like you know, bro. Like,
Yeah.
man.
So, um. So anyway, after Eric did the thing that I don't want to say out loud, or I guess I'll just should I just say it or
Just
no?
say it.
He
Just
unalived himself. So, after everything came out, Eric completely shut down. His mom said he wasn't eating, he wasn't showering, barely left his home. I don't feel any sympathy for him. I don't care. I feel bad for the mom, but not for him. She thought he was just processing everything. Sorry, I'm adding commentary on my own, by the way. That was me saying I feel sympathy for the mom, not for Eric. Um, she thought he was just processing everything, so she left him alone. She would leave for work in the morning, and he would still be asleep. She'd come home at night and he would still be in his room, sitting there in the dark, smoking weed. She said he hadn't smoked since high school, so she had no idea where it came from. Then one night, she woke up to a loud thump. She went to check on him, and that's when she had found him. He had himself from the ceiling fan. The weight must have been too much because the entire thing collapsed. She found him on the floor. She was the one who found him on the floor, found him alone. You know, this is the thing that bugs me about this story. Okay, real quick before I finish it,
yeah, yeah.
is Eric is hurting so many people because he's a fucking coward, dude. Hands down. He was a coward. He didn't want to face the music for his crimes, the consequences. He just hurt his mom. I mean, his mom is going to ask a million questions about herself, how she raised her kid, why did this happen, what went wrong. I even though I don't
Yeah,
feel bad
people
for
are
Mark,
gonna. I mean, the
yeah,
one that's gonna end up having to answer for a lot of things is sadly the mom, right? Like, what is
hmm
wrong with your kid? What happened? What did you do to him?
exactly.
Like, she's gonna get torn up, dude,
She is,
by herself. He's checked out. He's logged out. The dude is no longer in the game, the MMO that is life. You know,
yeah,
he's such a coward, man. Like, there's nothing wrong if look, if he came out as gay, there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's
yeah,
2025. It's okay. It's cool, man. Nobody would have hated you, and to a point people knew. But it's not even about that. It's not about coming out of the closet. This one was more than that. This
yeah,
one was I don't even I like we will never know where his mind was at as to what made him do that to this poor woman.
hmm
Because, like, what could she have done, dude, to him to make him do those things to her? Like, I don't know, man.
no, dude, I agree.
We're never going to know. I don't even, like, we're never really going to know why he did it. And that's also very
Yeah,
shitty.
yeah. So this is the thing that just breaks me is like she says I don't know how to process it, and as much as I hate him and always will hate him, she feels bad for the mother, and no mother should have to find a child like that, and no one deserves that.
Yeah.
We agree 100%.
No. Right.
His mother should have never had that happen to her, and everything that
Right.
she's going to face after that. um and then the OP says, I'm not continuing the investigation. I don't have it in me. His family's been through enough, and honestly, his death was my closure. And honestly, if that's what she feels, good for her. Um, honestly, I think she's trying to take care of the mother, which I believe that's beautiful. That's such sincere empathy for her mother, for his mother. And, that is, major kudos to
I
her.
mean, that speaks volumes of her character, right?
Mm
Which again, it upsets me even more because it's like she sounds like a good human,
hmm. Mm
you
hmm.
know? And this man thought that
Yeah.
it was a good idea to do this to her.
I know, dude. I just okay. Here we go, because it's gonna get a little bit worse too. So
Oh, great. I thought we were done.
no, dude.
Oh my
There's a
god.
little bit more, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I'll just read through it. I won't add any more
Do it.
commentary, and then we'll just do
Go,
it from
go.
there. Okay.
Let
So
me
his
have it.
death was my closure. That probably sounds awful, but it's the truth. He was a terrible person. He ruined me. He gave me AIDS. I am never going to be the same
Oh
again. Yeah, dude.
no!
I will
God
carry this for the
damn
rest of my.
it!
I know,
God
dude.
damn it! God
I
damn
know,
it! God
dude.
damn
That.
it, bro!
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm sorry. I know you said no commentary, but
No, 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 dude. React that
Jesus,
way because that's how I. That's how
fuck!
I'm just
God,
internalizing it.
I'm trying to reduce the F's to not edit them all, but fuck, man!
Dude, seriously, no, say it, dude. Because this is. Yeah.
Oh
Um.
my god!
So she says,
Oh,
I wish I'd never met him. I wish I could erase him from my memory. I dread the day I die because that means I might see him again. Holy shit. And then there's Lewis. He's hiding. Fuck you, Lewis, by the way. He's hiding. He's blocking everyone, avoiding all
what a
contact. And
pussy!
at first I didn't understand why, but now I do. He was involved. He was one of them. I didn't even consider at first, but the way he's acting now, it's obvious. And if he was, he's either going to jail or getting hit with my car, and I'm fine with either. That's all for now. Sorry if this wasn't the update you wanted, but this is my reality now. I'm so angry. The thought of death doesn't even bring me peace because he
When
ruined
you
that for
have
me.
nothing to lose, those are the type of people, guys. The people that have nothing to lose, those are the people you don't want to get in a fight. Those are the people you don't want to piss off or like find it like in a dark alley. The people that have nothing to lose. I would
Yeah,
be terrified of this woman. She's got nothing to lose, man. Honestly, I
yeah.
would not be surprised if she goes to jail. I don't know where we see a post, something like that, man. That's wild.
Oh, I glossed over this part. What the fuck?
What happened? What happened?
Oh, there's so much more to this, but I don't think it's really necessary for you guys. It's mostly just police stuff. Eric's family wanted me to attend his funeral, and then there's the whole situation with Lewis. Mark tried to sleep with me?
Oh,
Busy. Okay,
wow.
thank you so much for the support. I'm sorry it took so long to update. I wasn't okay. I'm still not, but I'm doing better. Your comments and messages kept me going. I love you all. Holy shit, dude. Holy. Honestly, man, if Lewis gets hit by a car, that would be a mercy killing. I'm sorry. That would be a mercy kill. He would get out of facing justice, and I would want to see him get wrecked by the courts, by the justice system. I
Wow.
want to see him in jail. I want to see this guy get destroyed. I want to see Mark go to jail. I want to see him get destroyed because immediately when she said he wanted to try to sleep with her, that he
What a
knew
scumbag.
longer than a week, dude.
What a
You know that
scumbag.
he knew. And for him to
What a
use this to try to
scumbag.
sleep with her, what
Dude,
the fuck is wrong with people, dude?
wow, man. Who are these people? Where what state is this so that I don't ever come an inch like a mile close to these people? I have no words, man. I have no words to
So,
I have no words. I just don't have any words to what to say on these people. Like everything that you said, yes, times maybe a billion
dude,
and then some.
he not only took her life from
This
her
is
on a mental plane, he literally shortened her life with AIDS, dude. And I'm not trying to discriminate against anybody who is dealing with that because it is a terrible autoimmune
granted it's
disease.
now very livable, like I
Yeah,
understand, but I think he shortened it by limiting her, right? Because it's a disease that she has to live with now, and if she ever does come even a slightly close to healing to where she wants to let anybody in, she now has to disclose that sort of stuff, and
mm-hmm.
that's gonna like limit her ability to find somebody, a person, right?
Yeah,
I mean, she got really like screwed. Like, I
yeah.
don't even want to
Thank
say
you.
screwed over because it's almost it's. I'm not trying to make fun of her, but like
No,
it's
dude.
holy,
It and thank you for putting in words of what I meant by he
holy.
shortened her life or like destroyed her life because she will
Yeah, 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 yeah.
never literally have a normal life again. At the end of the
No,
day,
I mean,
um,
if the experience itself already guaranteed that she was never going to have, because also, the family now knows, her close ones know of this that happened to her. And one day it could happen, not saying that it might happen, but it could happen. an uncle, a cousin, somebody gets drunk, gets pissed off, or says something, could say a comment to her, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's stuff that you don't want your nobody to know because somebody could some point over something and something getting obsessed can drop something like that on you.
Yeah.
Like imagine like or like if even if she gets married to somebody and somebody said something to the husband and maybe she didn't want to talk about it or hell how do you even bring that up on a date?
Dude,
how
I
do you
don't
how do you
know.
bring that up on a date?
I don't
Like
know, man.
how do you talk about it? Like let's say
Cuz
we
like,
get past the AIDS part, right? How do you get past the whole oh, my former partner he self-deleted himself, but not before he did all these things to my shampoo, my food, my
yeah.
toothbrushes, which resulted in me getting AIDS. You know?
Yeah.
How do you even have that conversation?
I don't know, man. Honestly. I don't cuz like let's even put aside that discussion. It's more
My
on her of
God.
like, is she ever gonna want to
My
be with someone again? You know, because
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's the thing
saying.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Her
don't,
life's over, dude. It's
yeah,
completely over. I mean, that other dude self-deleted himself. He's out. Like coward's
mm-hmm,
way out. He's done. He doesn't have to deal with any of this.
yeah,
She's the one that has to now live forever. She has no
yeah.
life. That poor woman has no life
I
now.
know it's, dude. I can't. I'm my heart's broken for her because I can't. I
Wow.
couldn't imagine going through. I mean, I can only imagine the pain of even doing something as simple as wanting to try to trust somebody or feel vulnerable enough to try to be trustworthy of someone and then they do something that's completely harmless or completely nothing and it could trigger something because of Eric, you know? It could even be as simple as like trying to go in for a hug and even if asking, "Hey, are you comfortable with me hugging you?" and then it might trigger something for her and then she can't even feel safe about it. And it's not that other person's fault. It's that's just going to haunt her for the rest of her life and it sucks. Um yeah.
He's lucky that he self-deleted. If that would have happened to my nieces, my goddaughters, my sisters, I would have deleted him as soon
Oh
as I
yeah.
found out. He would have not. I would have not given him the pleasure of doing it himself because he even got the pleasure of doing it to himself.
Yeah.
I, I would have kidnapped that dude and I would have kept him alive for weeks and tortured the hell out of him forever. Would oh my god. No, death would have been too easy. I would have not have let.
No.
I would have no. I would have gotten all. What's his name from the series on HBO? The serial killer. What's his name? Dexter. I
Dexter?
would have gotten all
Yeah.
Dexter on him.
Dude, death would have been like what is the phrase death is a kindness in this situation? Like death would have been a kindness. This guy
Death is a
deserve I
kindness
mean,
on this one.
chat again, I don't I hope you all understand that like this is all a
Wow.
visceral reaction of like I feel the same way. There's very few times I feel violence is acceptable, but this
Ambu
is
is
one of
the
those
nice
times
one
where
out of both of us. Ambu is usually the good cop. I'm usually the jerk. But man,
my fists would be bloody. Honestly, they would be bloodied, they would
wow.
be bruised, they would have blisters on them, and I would feel like that's not even enough for what
No,
this guy deserves. Um,
no, no. The I guess that's the so unfair thing that I feel here is that he self-deleted and
yeah,
he didn't get to pay for a single crime. He didn't get
no,
to pay for anything. Nothing.
no,
He
I know.
suffered for nothing at all and he took everything
Hmm.
from her own his own mom. Um he took so much from two people, you know.
Hmm.
It, from
Dude,
man, Jesus Christ,
and
dude.
you know the worst part about it
What a
is
story.
I have no I have no doubt every day there's always gonna be this question in the back of her mind is why me? Why
Yeah.
me? You know, that's the part that makes me feel sad is there's no
And it
way
breaks
to
my heart
escape.
when when you read that she didn't want to waste a bed. I'm
Yeah,
like, honey, you are also a patient. You deserve this. She wasn't even feeling deserving of a bed. I'm like, oh my god, this poor child.
bro, I can't.
My heart breaks for this poor woman, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to the Mark and the Lewis that's out there, if you somehow watch this, fuck you. There is a there is a special place in hell for you. Honestly, a
Like
very special place.
in the deepest circles of hell, man. Like, find the deepest, probably right next to Hitler. I hope you get pegged by Hitler. Yeah.
I have.
When you're down there, I hope that you find Eric getting pegged by Hitler. Never mind, no, because he might enjoy it based off on everything that's been
How
happening here.
about he just has an eternal rusted garden shears that are dull, turning him into a eunuch every day.
Yes.
And it's not
Yes.
even like all in one snip. It's like
And he's
little by
being
little.
spoon fed man juice. Yes. Every day.
Acidic
I
man
don't
juice. How
even
about that?
see the thing as I'm saying this, even that feels like it's not enough. It does not even feel enough. That's the thing. I've never heard of somebody's life ruined so much like this.
I know. Um, it says a new recording track just started.
Yeah, it
Changes in
says that you started a recording will continue a new track, start a new recording for the Wondering due to change in their device. Did you change the device?
No, I wonder if it was because I grabbed my mic because I was outraged.
Oh, that's weird. It's fine.
Okay, well,
It's okay.
anyway, point being
It's fine.
is, um,
Yeah.
so I will actually give proper credit to the person who gave that story to me, Jameen Machine. You are wrecking us with
Oh,
stories right
Jameen.
now. I love you, and I appreciate you giving us these stories. But holy fuck,
That one messed me up, dude.
yeah,
That one messed me up. This one messed me up. This one was
yeah.
whew, whew,
So, thank you
whew.
to everybody in the tavern sitting here looking at us all like, what the fuck, also with your drinks. We are with you on that. And I guess if you're
I'm drinking
still,
tonight. I
yeah,
am drinking
if
tonight.
you're still listening out there, by the way, please, I guess, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us if you
Tell
still.
us tell us what's been like the weirdest thing that you've gone through in a relationship. Like, please. I'm curious
I
if
mean,
anybody can top this.
are you okay, chat? Or anybody who's listening to this, are you okay? I'm asking this sincerely because if if I feel as bad as I do right now just reading that and like I'm holding back right now, I can't imagine listening to this and not wanting to pause it or like step away or whatever. I hope you're okay too cuz that was really hard to read. Um
That was wild. But thank
yeah.
you so much, guys. Don't forget again, like Ambu said, please hit that subscribe, follow, like, comment. It helps the algorithm. We would appreciate it too. And we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.